Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our major stories tonight. British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Paul Arkwright, says Britain is against agitation for the secession of any part of Nigeria. Acting President canvasses entrenchment of free and fair elections in ECOWAS. Former Vice Chancellor of the Obafemi Awolowo University arraigned for alleged 1.4 billion naira fraud. Court orders him remanded in EFCC custody. And Trump and Putin hold face-to-face meeting for the first time in Hamburg, agree to ceasefire in parts of Syria. Now, for more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Please log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the eyewitness feature, so you too can be a part of the news by sharing those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu, and then follow the instructions. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission today re-arraigned former Governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, and his 2 sons, as well as 5 others before the Federal High Court in Abuja over allegations of money laundering and diversion of public funds. The EFCC had amended the charges brought before the court to 43, while the former governor and his co-accused pleaded not guilty to the charges. The trial judge, Justice Quadri, however, admitted Alhaji Lamido to bail in the sum of 100 million naira and 2 sureties in like sum, while his sons and the other defendants were admitted to bail in the sum of 50 million naira each and 2 sureties each in like sum. And from there, we're going to Abuja, where Mokwa Ogun is standing by. Hi, Mokwa.
Well, great to see you, Ladi. Thank you. Now, with the changes affecting the media today, women in the media profession have been encouraged to pay more attention to learning how they can be more relevant in the new age. At the 2017 Women in Journalism Africa Conference held in Lagos, organized by a team of young, vibrant journalists, speakers encouraged women to be more aware of things happening around them. Our correspondent, Victoria Idu, reports.
Very helpful because
this event was put together to encourage female media practitioners to be the best at whatever they do.
Such feelings. How many? All right, I'm going to talk about this.
The 2017 Women in Journalism Africa Conference is the 4th in the series, celebrating trailblazers in the profession and encouraging younger women coming behind them.
Journalism as a profession in Nigeria, everyone knows, is very challenging. But for women, it's even more so. And so when we had this sit down with the team, we looked at, look, why don't we help women? Why don't we develop a concept that is able to speak specifically to the challenges that women have in the industry?
With the theme, Pioneers, Innovators in the Brave New World, speakers highlight the factors that bring out the best productivity.
In my mind, innovation with a capital I and innovations, lots and lots and lots of them, with a small I, have a relationship with each other. We must learn to play and to believe in creativity and to believe that the world is full of ideas. And if you just sit down and listen, open your heart, open your ears, open your eyes, they will visit you and they will want to work with you and form a partnership.
For me, the solution, part of the solution is go back to this old mentoring. Encourage the younger generation to come into journalism and have a pool of those that have made it, that are successful now, come together and mentor the younger ones coming into the profession.
The importance of embracing technology in the new media was a major part of the discussion.
New media is owned by the young, so the narrative is now being driven by the young people. So I really think that the technology of modern journalism is being harnessed by the young people because they're controlling the narrative now.
Women who are practicing journalism today will realize that if they've got to grow, they've got to innovate, and create new things that can be accessed on the palm, which is smartphones. So whatever it is you're doing, whether it is Channels TV, for example, you know Channels TV is on the smartphone now, so you are competing with so much more information that is real time, so you've got to be more creative about it.
The first WIJ Africa Pioneer Award is going to be presented to Mrs. Sule Lamido in recognition of her groundbreaking achievements in journalism and contribution to media development in Africa.
And for a job well done. 4 enterprising women were honored at the event. The Vice Chairman of Channels Television, Mrs. Sule Lamido, the publisher of The Guardian newspaper, Mrs. Maiden Ibru, founder of Women FM, Tom Okewale Shunaya, and the CEO of Ebony Life Television, Mo Abudu. It's been an interesting discussion here today, and one thing resonates in our minds: ideas are linked with curiosity, and the more curious you are, the better you are with your imagination. Victoria Ido, reporting for Channels Television News.
Or should I say power to the women there. In other news, the Department of State Services says it's making progress in the bid to ensure the safety of Nigerians with the recent arrest of suspected kidnappers, gun runners, cattle rustlers and drug dealers across the country. A statement from the spokesperson of the DSS says between June the 18th and July the 5th, operatives of the agency arrested more than 20 suspects, including the suspected kidnap kingpin Hamisu Hassan. The statement says the DSS recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition from the suspects. And 2 suicide bombers have been killed in the University of Maiduguri when they attempted to detonate explosives within the campus. A statement from the Borno State Police Public Relations Officer says one of the bombers was shot dead, while the other quickly detonated the IED strapped to his body to avoid being captured alive. He says the recent deployment of special police guards and sniffer dogs to the university is yielding results. The university has been a flashpoint for several suicide attacks in recent times. And the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has called on Nigerians not to be swayed by recent suicide bombings in the country, as the country is winning the war against insurgency. He made the comments during an operational visit to 115 Special Operations Group of the Nigerian Air Force Base in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. Our correspondent Emmanuel Liri reports.
It's an operational visit by the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, to the Special Operations Group of the Air Force Base in Port Harcourt, River State. As is the custom, inspects the quarter guard and observe other protocol. Although he's here to assess the readiness of the Special Operations Group to continue to provide air support in the fight against insecurity in the north and the Niger Delta. The Chief of Air Staff takes time to commission a 30-unit block for airmen and women of the force and names it after an aircraft woman, Abdul Malik, who died during a suicide bomb attack in Jaji Cantonment on the 25th of November 2012.
The building there is put in place to accommodate our men, to make sure that they have a place to go back to after a hard day's work.
The commander of the Special Operations Group says this is a timely intervention.
Thank the Chief. At a period when the unit is faced with accommodation challenges, this building will not only improve the living standards of personnel, but will also boost their morale towards optimum service delivery.
It's now time for a show of strength by regiment personnel on the rappelling tower.
You know, looking at attacking soft targets taking place, it will linger on for some time until we are able to deal with all other issues. Remember that resolving insurgency is not only a military issue. There are certain other issues when the components are put together, which we are creating the enabling environment for that components to start working now.
For the Nigerian Air Force, air power is a major resource in the continued fight against insurgency in the country, and achieving optimum performance with little or no collateral damage is priority. Emmanuel Iri, Channels Television News.
Well, that's all from Abuja. It's back to you now, Ladi, in Lagos.
Thank you very much, Mokwa. Heavy rainfall that led to the collapse of bridges in Jebba and Mokwa have resulted in severe traffic gridlock on those highways. Work has, however, begun to repair the bridges, while the Deputy Governor of Niger State, Ahmed Ketso, appeals to the federal government to expedite the completion of the rehabilitation work.
Thousands of heavy-duty vehicles, commercial and private vehicles, stranded, going through untold hardship along Mokwa-Tatabu, Bakani Jebba Road, where a bridge collapsed last month due to heavy rainfall. The chaotic situation along the road, which links the southwest to the north, is posing a socio-economic and security threat to the residents of the nearby villages and Niger State at large, as hoodlums and thuggery is now allegedly the order of the day around the area. The Deputy Governor of Niger State appeals to the federal government and contractors to expedite action as people are losing billions of naira due to their inability to transport their goods on time.
But what I saw today is pathetic, because it's like the entire federation is held on to ransom economically. And I think the federal government, I commend them for a prompt response to this situation. But they have to do more. This lake is like a hope to the entire economy of the Nigeria. And what we are seeing today, if going by the executive order signed by the acting president on deep business, the federal government must, as a matter of urgency, declare the emergency on all road infrastructure.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works in the state, says that the federal government needs to, as a matter of urgency, take a holistic look at the entire road network and bridges with a view to giving them a complete overhaul.
They have commenced the work much earlier than now. It is because they had some trucks that were stocked there. That is what delayed them, because first they have to remove those trucks before they continue with the work. So if we give them a chance, they'll be able to compact that place to allow vehicles to perhaps temporarily.
Meanwhile, the Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency say they're keeping tabs on the situation.
The situation is bad, and as you can see, federal government is prompt. All work has commenced, and we're happy.
Although the pace of construction is alleged to be slow, and there's the other issue of collateral damage like security threats of hoodlums exploiting the chaos. The federal government seems determined, however, to finish the repairs in good time.
When the news at 10 returns, the Nigerian police launches a microfinance bank in Enugu. Says gross earnings grew by 13.64% in 2016. Please stay on with us.